For this video, I want to talk about Ellicott City. My name is Frederick Roshini, and I'm with Coldwell Banker, and my information is below. Now, to get started on this, let's start with a map. Here's a map showing where the historical area of Ellicott City is located. And there's a nice picture of it. And how far it is from Baltimore. It's very close. It abuts Columbia. They put Columbia way down here, but actually when I was in Ellicott City and I was at the Coldwell Banker real estate office and university, it was 2 miles to Home Depot in Columbia, and that was just straight down Snowden Parkway. There are many different paths to different places. This is 29, and 29 is basically Georgia Avenue. It goes right into D.C., and it's pretty much a straight shot right there. You can also go on 100 and go over and eventually get to Fort Meade. You can go this way and come back on the entry over here, or you can go down and go on 32. Either way, it's not that far. It's maybe 15-20 minutes depending on where you live in Ellicott City. From the downtown area, it may be a little bit further, a little bit longer. If we look on Zillow instead of on the Google Maps, we can see the outline of Ellicott City, and we can see that it abuts Columbia. Columbia is just south. From Columbia to Fort Meade is quite close. It's like 10-15 minutes, but coming up to here, it will be a little bit longer. Also, you can see the relationship to Baltimore, and again, DC is a little bit further, but it is pretty much a straight shot. If you're working either in Fort Meade or if you're working in, I don't know, one of the areas a little bit north of DC, this is really an ideal place to be located. The fact of the matter is that Ellicott City is just a beautiful little town, and the historic center is so gorgeous that it is worth living close to that just for the beauty of it. It's quite beautiful there. And there are a lot of different museums and places. I found there, in addition to the Railroad Museum, which is quite famous, there's also a Fireman's Museum. There's a Historic Society Museum, a Children's Museum. Even there is an arts center, and those are all of them are in Ellicott City. Some of the homes are modern or newly constructed, probably most of them that are not right downtown, but there are some scattered about which are kind of colonial. So before we look at the properties that are available currently in Ellicott City, let's take one little ride through the historic district so you can see what's there. I want to show you this sign. When you come from Catonsville across the bridge, this is what you see. Ellicott City, printed on a railroad bridge. And this is the beginning of the Ellicott City historic area. So this is the entry to it. And at the other end, there's another entry, and that's this one. This one is the Cumberland Gap, a Cumberland Road historic marker, and it says that the Cumberland Road came this way, was here from 1806. So this marker stands on a part of the right-of-way of the historic and fabled National or Cumberland Road. Commencing in 1806, it was built in segments by city, state, federal, and private means, and was the first great commercial and travel link from Baltimore to the west. So this is part of that road that came through. Now we're going to start at this end, and we're going to drive down until we get to this end. But you won't see this sign because the sign is on the other side of the bridge. So let's go over to the video of riding through the area. So we're starting here. This is the sign. And we're going to drive, and I'm only showing you one side of the road. You can see in the back there is a golden dome, and that is the top of the courthouse where the Historics Association has a museum, and also there's a children's museum. And as we go down, you can see on the left here, there's a yellow building. And as we pass it, this building is the Firehouse Museum. And if you have very good eyes, you can read it. I know it's small, but you can read that. It says the Firehouse Museum. When I came in the summertime, this area was quite crowded. There are a lot of little shops and antique places and various and sundry little stores. It's quite interesting. On the left down here, this is the Railroad Museum. I think it's free. It's open a lot too, and a lot of people come there. It's very famous. People come from all over the state to go to see that. And this is the bridge that has the Ellicott City written on it. And it's a little bit bumpy on the road here. And now we are in Catonsville. So you can see that I selected a few places here. This is the MLS. I pulled up all of the detached homes that are available in Ellicott City. And so they ranged in price from I didn't put any price limit on them, but we can see that the price varies from the least expensive place that came up in this search was all the way up at $535,000 basically. The most expensive home, of course, is way down here. It's $3,250,000. So that's quite a range. I didn't actually include ones over $1 million, and I was thinking about whether I should include those or not. And then as I was driving to Waterloo, right behind Waterloo, there is some new construction. It's just an individual home that's being built. And that one is $2.8 million. So I decided I would use that one for the expensive one instead of selecting one of these that are already built. I thought it was pretty, and it was kind of fun to go and see that. So let's look at these first online, and then I will show them to show you what the area looked like where the homes are. The first one we can look at is Waterloo. This is the least expensive, and it says here that it has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It was built in 1959, and it has, what about its water and utilities? It has central air, and it has a public sewer. Those are things I want to look at. This is Samantha Young, and her company is Young and Associates. And let's look at her pictures first before we go and see the house. These are her pictures. The yard is really large. And they have a dog, big dog. And side, that's a typical country house. This feels country style. And it is a Cape Cod, so there is a room upstairs. They've built some, they have a built-in dresser basically. That's cute. And there's a basement with a pool table. All right, so that's what it looks like. And this is the video that I took of this house. I thought it was kind of cute. The road is quite busy. It's very rural feeling. I also took a video of the back area. It's a garage. You can see the yard is very large. It's nice. And there is a gate over on the other side as well. There it is. And I did 1/3 little tiny video. Just to see the house from this angle. The next home I want to discuss is at 3606 Fels Lane in Ellicott City, which is very, very close to downtown. And this one here has 4 bedrooms and it has 3 levels. It has a basement, and let's see if the utilities it has central air, which is good. And it says this beautifully maintained home offers the perfect balance of historic charm and modern convenience. And it's in a highly desirable location near the historic district of Ellicott City. Fresh, neutral paint and thoughtful updates throughout create a warm and inviting space. And this is from Lisa Cuddleman, and she is with the KW Collective. So let me see the photos and let's see what they look like, because I could only take the outside photo unless I made an appointment, and I didn't go make appointments. I just wanted to just see what the areas were like. It was a very nice backyard. I thought this house was really cute. Oh, this is pretty. That's nice. So when we look at this, we see the price is $550. It's very low for this area, and it is quite nice. I didn't take a video here. I did take some photos. These are the photos that I took. I took this one. It was really cute. Oh, what a cute house. And I took that one from an angle. And I took this one to show what the area was like. And there's just lots of hills and stuff. It's a very hilly area. You're up on a hill here, which is nice. The next home we're going to look at is 4601 Old Dragon Path. And this one is 4 bedrooms and 2 full baths and a half bath. And it says that it's almost 2,000 square feet above grade. And it's built in 1987, and it has a fully finished basement. Now it's listed as a colonial, and that's kind of interesting because when you look at it, it looks like a split level. Nevertheless, and it says colonial. So this is Tom Levin from Keller Williams Flagship. Let's look at the pictures and see what we can figure out. It may be that this part here is a colonial and there's only the added kitchen or something here that would be an add-on and only 1 level, and the rest of it's 2 levels. So that would make it a colonial in a sense. It looks like the basement is here under the kitchen area, but it also looked like when we look at the basement, it's nice there's an exit here and there's a nice deck. But when we look at the basement, it looks like it extends the length of the house, which usually doesn't happen in a split level home. We do see a staircase here that could be a half flight or a whole flight. If it's a whole flight, then that would make sense that he called it a colonial. I'll show you the pictures that I took. I took this picture. And I took this video. The video is to show you the area. And there are trees over there and some kind of a river or something. I can't remember. I think there was a stream. And these are the homes across the street. There's a larger home there. And back to the house. Oh, the next house that we're going to see is one of the antique houses that I like. So this one is the one at 8644 Old Frederick Road. And this one was built in 1860. It has approximately 2,400 square feet above grade and has 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. It has an unfinished basement. However, it has 2 main bedrooms, 2 master bedrooms, and it has 2 porches on the back. And it also has a beautiful gazebo, and it has 1.3 acres. So let's look at this a little bit more. This is brought by Joe Bird, and he's with Red Cedar Real Estate, LLC. And he said, own a piece of Howard County history, nestled on 1.3 acres and built in 1860. This beautifully updated farmhouse was once the general store of Daniels, Maryland. Today it stands as a charming blend of historic character and modern convenience, offering spacious living, dual primary suites, and an incredible outdoor space, perfect for entertaining and enjoying the peaceful surroundings. So this is quite nice. And let's look at the photographs. I love this photograph. It's very difficult to take that because I didn't want to cross the street. It was quite busy. So that's a very nice photo. He may have taken that with the drone because it seems he took several other pictures with a drone further down. But this is quite pretty, and the kitchen is all updated. Very nice. I noticed also the bathroom was updated. There it is. I think that's really pretty. So it seems like there's one primary bedroom upstairs and one also downstairs. This is the main level bedroom. This is the unfinished basement. That's the backyard. And see, there are 2 porches in the back in addition to the front porch. And this is the garage. And we see this side of the garage now, but when we look at the garage over here, it must be the side or the back of the garage that looks like that. This is the gazebo, and this is the land. So you're really paying for land as well as a house. This is quite pretty. I also took a few pictures when I went there. I took this of the front. That's the front of the garage. And I did a little bit of the back and the gazebo. And these cars were coming quite fast. And It's down, there's all new construction over there, newer homes in that community. I'll do it again. Oh, the next one we're going to go see is at 2900 Pine Needle Drive. And this one, I think from the perspective of what we have in Bowie, it's more expensive, but it may be reasonably priced for this area. Nevertheless, it is a little bit higher than what I would anticipate considering certain factors. This house has 4 bedrooms and it only has 2 full baths and 1 half bath. Usually for this price, you would get at least either 5 bedrooms or 3 baths, or maybe both. Also, this house is built in 1989, which is quite a bit dated. And from my perspective, it's kind of old for this price. Also, we see that it's above grade is 3,184. It's not particularly large. This kind of average size house for the more modern ones and the newer homes. But we have another factor too, and that is the basement is unfinished. So those things all added together make this house seem very high in price to me. Nevertheless, it may just be because I'm used to dealing with Bowie. And in Bowie, those prices, that would be a high price, but here maybe it's not. So let's at least give credit to Enoch Moon and Realty One Maryland LLC. And let's look at the pictures. And it looks like the rooms are quite large, but that would be normal for 3,100 square feet. It's a little bit more than that, but anyway. This is the home. Flooring is nice. The rug may need to be replaced in that room. But this flooring I like. Kitchen's pretty. This is a pretty overlook. This is the master bedroom, probably. The master closet and master bath. And this is your basement that's not finished. And here's your garage. It's a side entry. And the back has a patio. For this is looking at the house first from the side, the number is there, and then driving around it. I was kind of surprised at how closely this house situated in relationship to the house next door. They're quite close together. Watch as we come around and see what you think. It may just be because of the perspective that it looks like it's a smaller area there, but it may be bigger than what it looks like. There it is again, that distance there. So I focused on that. And then this one here is a movie. The other movie is the movie of the neighborhood. And I'm starting with the house next door and just driving a little bit further just to give some feeling of what the homes in the area are like. See, these are kind of far apart. So this is the last house And I had not intended to show one, which was expensive. However, I saw this and I wanted to see what it looked like inside. And there were people around, so I thought, it's probably possible. So I did meet both the owner and the agent. They were both there, and I was able to talk to them. The home is not yet on MLS. It's not even listed as coming soon at this point. However, it will be soon available. This is what it looks like downstairs. Now, this home is 10,000 square feet. Remember, the one we just looked at was 3,100. This one is 10,000. And in addition, it has a garage, which is another whole 1,000. That's really big. And the house itself is being offered at $2.8 million. It seems like this is a bedroom downstairs because there was a bathroom as we came in, and now there's a second bathroom here, and it looks like it might be a master bedroom. Well, master bedroom suite. I mean, like this is the closet, that was the bathroom, and the sleeping area. That's the sleeping area right there that we just went to. And now this is the great room again, and there is also a front room, and this is it. And then we go back, and the bedroom was to the right, and there was a half bath. That's the kitchen area, and there was a half bath to the left over here, opposite to the stairs before you go into the garage. And the man and the woman were people who are working here. And this is the stairwell. And we go up the stairs and see what it looks like. This may be a sitting room because it didn't seem to have any door on it. And these seem to be bedrooms. The closet. And a bath. This is the other bedroom. And it also has its own bath. So upstairs, there's basically 2 bedrooms and a very large sitting room area. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed my video and that you enjoyed looking and seeing what was in Ellicott City. And if you have any questions or if you have any comments or anything that I can help you with, please feel free to call me, contact me. My information's below. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that as well. And thank you. Oh, be sure to like it, please.